Kidz in the kitchen.
Slice and dice, mix and fix.
Kids are in the kitchen, cooking something yummy.
And before the show, I was privileged to be able to catch up with international celebrity chef Gabriel Gate at Toscano's in Kew. He'll be joining us throughout the season with wonderful tips on how to select fresh fruit and veggie for his special recipes. Today, he's chosen dates for his luscious recipe, Dates in a Creamy Dream. So join us with Gabriel Gate.
You know, in the world there's some magic food, and one of them is date. It is actually one of my favorite food when I need a little snack, I need some energy, I need a little bit of sweetness, and I don't want something overrich. They grow in some very dry area of the world, and they grow in Central Australia, and there's some in Africa and some in the United States. It is come from a palm tree. It's not like a plum, almost a long plum. There's a stone in the center, and it is dried, and it is so good. I like to prepare them for dessert for my family, where I make an egg custard with milk and egg yolk and a little bit of sugar. I let the custard cool, put the dates in it, I remove the stones. Oh, it is so delicious.
Hi and welcome to the Kids in the Kitchen. I'm Tash and I'm here with Abby today, and today we are making balls. Date and almond balls. Okay, so this recipe is pretty simple. We literally just get most of our ingredients, chuck it in the blender, blend it for a little bit, bring it back out, make it into little balls and put toppings on it. So we're starting off with 1 cup of dates. Now you either want to buy the dates pre-pipped or pip them yourself if you're brave, but that could take a while. But we've pre-pipped these because we didn't buy the pipped ones, but it doesn't really matter. So we've got a cup of these, we've got a cup of almonds, and we need a tablespoon of peanut butter, and this is peanut butter that we made from the recipe that we used previous episode. So it's homemade peanut butter, and we've got 3 tablespoons of cacao powder, not to be confused with cocoa powder, and then 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. And then we've got coconut and chia seeds to put on the top. So Abby, let's put all of the stuff in the glass containers into the blender. So do you want to bring it over here? Okay, so start with dates. That's it. Ooh, slippery suckers, get in there. And then a cup of almonds. And then, we only really want like a big spoonful of the peanut butter. So there you go. Yeah, that looks good. Wicked, chuck it in there. And then all of the cacao powder. And then all of the coconut oil. We might need the spoon to get it all in there, or not, I'm not sure. Good job, good job. Cool. Now we put the lid on this and make sure when you're using a blender, especially with sharp blades such as this one, that you have parental consent and a parent there to advise you on what you should and shouldn't do. And never put your hand in the blender unless the power is switched off, both at the machine and at the wall. And even better, probably unplug it just to double check, because we do not want you slicing your hands off. Not at all, that would not be fun. No. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna turn this power on. And power on. And now we're just gonna have to let it blend for a while. Sound like rain. So it's a good idea to check the consistency. This stuff's looking a little bit dry, so we're just going to add a spoonful of honey just to try and help liquefy it a bit more and make it a little bit more gooey. There we go. So we'll put the blender on for a little bit longer and hopefully that works. It's looking good so far. So we'll get some up out of it. We'll see if we can roll it into a ball. Oh, I reckon that's looking pretty good. Awesome, now we'll take the blade out very carefully and try and keep as much of the ingredients in there as possible. Here we go, and we'll put that to the side somewhere where no one will cut themselves on it. And now we just need to grab some out and roll it into balls. Yeah, that's it. Pull up your sleeves, get ready. So the size of the balls depend on how big you want to make them. But, you know, just roll them like that. Oh, like those are a bit too different. But we can make some smaller ones or bigger ones. This is a really good recipe because you can substitute things like the dates for apricots, or you could substitute the almonds for peanuts or cashews. So it's kind of like a basis of making some sort of little balls, and then you just change it from there. These are also a really great snack for lunches. You can put them in the fridge if you want to keep them for longer, or if you prefer them to be cold. And they can stay in the freezer for up to a month. So now we're gonna roll them into chia seeds and coconut. So you can choose not to roll them if you don't want to. I'm just going to pop them in there and spin around a few times. And there we go. Chia seeds are considered a superfood. They are from the ancient civilizations of Aztecs in Mexico. And they're considered a superfood because they are high in protein and they're high in omega-3, which is a good type of fat. So they'll give you strength and they're good for skin as well. I think I'm making a bit more of a mess with these chia seeds. They kind of go everywhere. But those look so much neater than mine. I'm being a bit messy. Carity!
Hi, I heard you guys were calling for me.
Hey Carity, how are you?
Oh, not too bad. Yourself?
That's good.
What did you guys cook today?
Today we made balls, date and almond balls.
Oh, I have a joke about dates.
Oh really? Please do share.
What subject at school is the fruitiest?
The fruitiest? Oh, I don't know.
History, because it's full of dates.
Oh, Carity.
Anyway, on a different note, do you guys know where Rosemary and Basil are?
I think they're in the garden playing with balls.
Oh, I'll just go find them.
No, Carity, no, I think you should stay here because we really need you to help taste test.
Oh, okay, that'll be fun.
Sounds good. Okay, let's taste them then.
How do they taste?
They're really good. Nice and chocolatey too. Well, thanks for joining us on Kids in the Kitchen. I'm Tash and this is Abby, and this is of course Carity. If you want to know about our recipes, feel free to look on our website. We'll see you next time.
Whoa. Yes, Rosemary. Rosemary and Basil are supposed to be out here somewhere in the garden playing with the balls. Uh-oh. Did I just see what I think I saw? Hope this doesn't upset Carity. We had a lovely date the other night, but I'm not sure she still likes Basil too.
Hi, Cappy. Thanks for a lovely date the other day.
My pleasure, Carity. I had a lovely time. Did you?
Yes, absolutely fab, darling.
Did you just call me darling?
Yes.
Do you ever call Basil darling?
No, never. I've never even been on a date with Basil.
Well, I wasn't sure I should say anything, but I believe that Basil and Rosemary, might be getting quite close.
I know. I spotted them the other day on the swing. Lip-locked. They were paired vegetables. But I didn't want to say anything because I wasn't sure whether you liked Rosemary. She has got such a good set of melons.
No, I've always liked you.
Really? Why?
Because you're always so funny with all your jokes.
Aw, thanks, Cappy. I like you too. And not only for your great big red makeover, but because you're so clever about healthy food. I heard you did a lot of research for the show this year, and I must say, it is quite good.
Aw, thanks. Can I kiss you?
I'd love that. You're blushing bright red again, Cappy.
Does this mean we're paired vegetables too?
Absolutely. Want to go for a swing?
Oh, yeah.
Down at the market, my local farmer tells me how my food is grown and comes to me. Not far from the city, the farmer is my neighbor. The freshest food is grown locally. There's a party in the kitchen, something smells good. I wonder who the chef could be. It's the kids in the kitchen.
Brew and stew, make and bake.
Kids in the kitchen.
Drizzle, sizzle, roast and toast.
Kids in the kitchen.
Slice and dice, mix and fix.
Kids are in the kitchen, cooking something yummy.